You're watching Nerdosity. What's up, Nerdosity? So, Baldur's Gate 3 has been out for a few days now, and after playing for about 30 hours and still not being out of Act 1, I found some things I really like. Now, despite the role-playing, the fighting aspect, and being a great way to solo play D&D, here's my 7 favorite things about Baldur's Gate 3. Beware possible minor spoilers ahead, and enjoy. When I first got this game, I did imagine it was going to be a huge world with fun role-playing and such, but I didn't realize just how big, extensive, and immersive this game was going to be. Besides having a huge map that I haven't even explored the extent of in just Act 1, it's rich with role-playing and lore opportunities right down to the most obnoxious squirrel.
Get out!
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
From things to find and hoard, to monster fights and people to talk to, you'll spend 30 hours just crawling along the first map trying to touch everything and squeeze the most gameplay out of Baldur's Gate. Just be careful when you roam. Things can pop up out of nowhere and run you back 2 hours prior when the game last autosaved because you aren't good at saving constantly. Yes, you, not me. I'm great at it.
Gods. Is he still on my tail? I'm embarrassed for him.
So, Karlach's my favorite character. I know she can be a little abrasive with her words. I mean, who knew the F-bomb was going to be dropped so many times in an old-timey fantasy game? But despite that, she's so sweet. A barbarian softie that loves life and animals despite the roughest background of being enslaved by a devil? Sign me up. I mean, look at the horn and just her everything. It's so great, and she's so sweet, and she loves nature and stuff, and whoa, you never thought that would come out of a barbarian character, let's be honest. Not to mention, she's a great addition to your team if you want a heavy-hitting tank and some cheeky anecdotes about every situation. Just make sure you convince good boy Will not to kill her. You need this hot tiefling alive and kicking.
The console hums to life. But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive or transform her like that other unfortunate?
So arguably the most important role of the game, this voice in the sky sets the scene as you first plop into this rich world full of monsters, natures, and adventure, and by golly, she tells you just that. Acting as the DM, she basically tells you all of the important things like what your roles do, and the world building, and also extra things like insight and reading text to you as you walk around the map. It's honestly so cool to have a voice giving information that the creators could have just put into silent text. It makes the game feel so much more real and just like you're sitting around playing D&D with your buds.
Oh, wow.
I've literally never played a game that is so chock full of items that are fancy and rare and pump up your character stats to the max. You know, besides Borderlands, where the tagline is literally gazillions of guns on guns. In a game where the dice rolls are frequently stacked against you, it's nice to have a sword or a necklace or two that puts the odds back in your favor. Plus, I'm an item goblin in games, and the more shiny things that I get, the happier I am.
But I am not. I'm interested.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
Besides Karlach, the other best girl is Shadowheart. Despite being a very openly and staunch religious individual to a being that seems less than ideal or worthy of her time, she still finds ways to be snarky and run that chaotic neutral line we love so much in D&D. 1 minute she'll be happy you were nice to animals and did the right thing for some wayward souls, and the next minute she'll be giving a GIMP-like character tips on how to better torture your player character.
Not the worst technique, priest. Good wrist movement. Lots of enthusiasm.
She lends herself to be a very powerful ally from the first few moments of the game and has a lot of knowledge despite not remembering much. Just don't bring her around wolves and everything will be dandy. Also, bring her along with you when you find and meet Karlach. That's a treat in of itself.
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety. Should the need arise.
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
Okay, I know. So a lot of my favorite things happens to be the characters. But In a game full of rich backstories, lore, and characters, the best of them are gonna pop up, and that includes Will. He's a very good boy with an upstanding attitude and longing for justice and cleansing the world of demons. Yet, despite what sounds like a dull, lawful good character, he ends up being one of the most nuanced characters in the game, in just Act 1 alone. More like lawful evil, Will made a deal with a very powerful person, or a thing, to gain power himself to be able to better take down the demons that plague this world. Using his blade and his handsome face, he became one of the most feared people in this world if you happen to be his enemy. He has a few cosmetic changes down the road, but don't let that stop you from trusting this lawful powerhouse.
Best friends. It's nice to have company while you're gone all day.
In a game with such amazing stories and mechanics, it darn well better have an option for pets and scritchy scratchies, and boy did Baldur's Gate deliver! Explore the first map thoroughly and play your cards right, and you can stumble into having not one, but two animals that are just the bestest boy and girl. The first is a dog named Scratch who recently lost his owner, and the second is an owlbear cub looking for a home after recently losing her mother. And yes, you can give them scritches! So yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 happens to be one of my favorite games now, and I'll be so sad when it's over. But with so many different role-playing options, maybe I'll just play it again. What's your favorite thing about Baldur's Gate 3? Please comment down below and comment what you want to see next. And also please give this video a huge thumbs up so I can make more things like this for you. Also, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I want to get to 100,000 subscribers before this year is over, so please be one of them and hit that subscribe. Also, I make videos like this every Wednesday and Friday, and I'm currently live streaming Baldur's Gate 3 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So come on, join! Thank you so much for watching. Stay nerdy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!